Whew.
Pays attention, no one gets hurt! Go! Open the door! They'll get worse than hurt! Hey! Hey! Ah! Come on! Oh, finally! Don't do anything! Let's go! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Come on! In the back! Come on! Come on! In the back! Come on! Let's go! Come on! Get in here and deal with the guard! In here, come on! Clear the room! He's looking at me!
All right. Hey, 300K. I'll take the money. Nice.
Thank you for calling. A driver's on the way.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Me and Ollie watched a couple movies together. We watched Hot Shots Part 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yeah. We
Saturday.
we pinged everybody, but I guess it was like a Saturday and everybody was doing their own thing.
Yeah, today was work, so I was
It's all
doing
good.
that. Had
It's
a
all-
kid in the store yell, "God damn!" She was only 4 years old.
Wow.
On
We've sent a
Red
car.
Dead, 'cause
Should
I was
be
on
with you soon.
GTA earlier, and
How did Cowboys and Indians game go?
ran it. I don't know. This posse, I don't know who the fuck they were, but I think they recognized me from something
So
long
when are we
ago.
going?
Maybe they're a fan of the
You okay,
channel.
extra?
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think so. I think they remember
Yeah.
me as being some guy that kicks their ass at one point.
You know what you should have did? Here's what you should have did. You should have followed them to the bar. Get your axe and throw it on the table and watch
Yeah.
them look at you and be like, "Oh no, it's Zach. Not just any Zach. It's Zach MFK Attack. He means
Yeah.
business. We'll be friends with him." Okay, that's my cryptic quota for tonight.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's like they attacked me. Like, granted, well, I only shot them when I was trying to get away from them, and that's really it.
probably
Those
just-
dumbasses, those
just a group of
fuckers decided
kids
to
or
chase
dumb.
me.
Probably
I
just a-
was tempted to stay behind and fight, but then I was like, no, I just want to enjoy my time in the game. I haven't been here in a long time. Why don't I just enjoy myself, not waste my time trying to one-up, people who feel like they need to chase me across the map just because.
Yeah. Today was interesting. Mostly I got cavities now on the left side of my molars, which sucks because they were never there before. Now they're taking shape, and they were hurting most of the day, so I was mostly in pain. It sucked. It wasn't hard to sleep, but it was hard to really stay in a good mood. It's just you're constantly taking Oragel or mouthwash or ibuprofen, but right now it seems to be doing okay. But it was hard to eat. I couldn't eat anything, let alone drink. So me and Ollie watched the first movie, but we had to take a detour because my friend, I forgot his real name. He said it during the thing, but I'll just call him Felix because that's his character in D&D. He did leave. He was part of our server, but then he left because he didn't know how to really strike a conversation with anybody. But I told him, I was like, no, don't go. We got Cryptic from D&D, and we got Rusty from D&D. If you need anything, just ask. But so I went with VR chat with him. I went to hang out with him on VR chat in between while Ollie was, kind of setting up the second movie. And initially we had some problems because he's using the Oculus Quest, and I think if memory serves, it's more or less for the Oculus Quest is for people on a budget, like people on low-end PCs. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's like if you're looking for the cheaper alternative, it's there. But he had it, and we had trouble because you know how in VR chat there's a blue and green circle.
Yeah.
I wanted to show him. Well, basically, blue means PC, green means Quest, and one can't work without the other unless the both of them are highlighted. So my plan was to go there and be like, "Hey, let me show you the Power Rangers Super Sentai worlds." We got there, and it didn't work, and I didn't notice this until Samson pointed out. I was like, "Fuck, that sucks." So we had to make do with that, but we did get it back to working order again, thank God. But I went back to join him once we got settled, and it was him, a girl that he knows, or a girlfriend of his, and somebody else. And we actually had a good time. The girl there, it was like her third time on VR chat, and she's actually super nice. So she actually sent me her friend request, and I was like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind adding you.
Cool.
And so we hit it off pretty well.
That's
Yeah. And which leads me to what I sent you on Discord, basically that so we hung out with those two people for a little bit. We were going to join them on an island map, a huge island map, but we couldn't find them, so we got lost. So he's like, you know, okay, we'll just go anime avatar hunting for now. And I was like, all right. So he introduced me to an anime called Spy X Family in the Process, which is actually kind of cool. If you're a fan of Lupin the Third, and I told this to Ollie, it actually has a lot of similarities to that, but it's more on the James Bond side of things. So kind of like that. Well, a bit of like a family comedy drama as well. But while we're doing that, I brought up this. He brought up Red Dead, and we were in between though. We were talking about historical stuff and like how we're big. Well, some of us are big fans of them, and I think it was like I casually mentioned to him that we play like a lot of Call of Duty and Red Dead, and how you are really into like history and that kind of stuff, like the weapons and like I don't know how to put like the historical, not just the weapons, but like
the context, the wear, the outfits,
yeah,
what people did back then. That's all really cool.
And so from that, it led for me to like, hey, you know, if you decided, I was like, if you come back to the server, like I have friends that are into that sort of stuff, and I brought up how I didn't mention Wolf Jedi Samuel because I know he has it, but he's not but my friend Felix is not a furry, so I'll save that for when we get to know him later. But I was like, yeah, Wolf Jedi Samuel, he has like the Nazi outfits for like authentic, like casual, or just being a historical fan or whatever, like. But I brought up you, and I brought up Raz because I know Raz has showed photos of him having like World War II wear.
Yeah, Raz is a collector. I also think I don't know if he's told me. I think he's told me that he's got family that was in either the Soviets or the Germans. I have no idea, but he has roots in it. More so than me. Like I only have family who was in the American armies.
Right.
Boss, this is your captain speaking.
So
Captain
he revealed to me that he actually owns at least 4 authentic, real worn World War II trench coats.
On board of late.
And
you might want to swing by,
you know, we talked a little bit about that. I'm like, are you sure that they're authentic? And he's like, yeah, I picked it up from the people who owned it. I'm like, and it kind of made me question it, because I was a little bit, it caught my attention knowing that I know people that buy this sort of thing, and I was like, it must feel really weird knowing that you kind of bought somebody's real worn war outfit. Like it's either a guy that survived or a guy that died, right? But
that's the thing, is like that's kind of the reason why. I'll be honest, as cool as that stuff is, like I'm exclusive to the weaponry. I'll take replicas and remakes of outfits because I really don't like the idea of wearing a uniform that was worn by someone whether they survived or died, you know. It's just the moral implications. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, like you're more on the weapon side of thing and just the vast knowledge of everything surrounding the war, but you're not willing to go out there and buy like the fucking helmet that somebody wore as they were getting shot at, you know.
I mean that. Well, okay, the helmet is one thing because the helmet gets passed around, but a uniform that has a little bit more questions. I would much rather have a replica of said outfit over wearing an authentic one. I think a lot of people would agree with me. It's like, because helmets, you know, they're cool. The helmets are the cool part. The outfits, it's like, ooh, hey, there's the bullet hole that they stitched up. But that's cool. That's cool. I do have a thing for war trench coats. Like as you've seen in most of the games I play, at least once set during World War II, my guy usually has a trench coat. I think that's down to the fact that, as I told you, my uncle who served in World War II, his fight in the war was during the Battle of the Bulge, which was during the winter. So whenever I play a World War II game, I imagine I put on an outfit that feels like what he would have worn during that battle. So it's usually like a snow coat or a trench coat.
So I was thinking, like, he's going on a cruise, and he's actually going to be in the California area, but he's going to be, like, in San Diego, San Francisco, LA, like a 10-day trip. And I was thinking at some point after that, when he comes back, once he's settled back, that maybe we could do like a small group chat with him, like a voice chat, just to kind of make him feel a little bit comfortable coming back to the server. Like, because like I said, he joined, but like the last few people we brought in, like they don't, it's hard to really start a conversation with people. But I told him, I was like, yeah, we got the D&D guys that we all know, and then plus with Zach and Raz being the history buffs, I think if I can introduce you slowly to some of my friends, it'd be a lot easier to introduce you to my other friends, and so on and so on. I was thinking maybe we just like a voice call with him at some point, like I can ask him.
Yeah, sure.
And like, because Raz lives in Australia, I don't know if he'd want to do that, but if he's comfortable with it, like I can just kind of bring him along and he could talk about the stuff he's got.
I don't think he'd mind all that much.
Yeah, like
he's just very quiet usually.
Yeah.
I've never known him to be loud and upfront,
Yeah, he's usually pretty laid back and reserved, which is cool.
He only if something tickles his funny bone, then he will be heard. I've noticed.
Yeah. And then he also said, I introduced him to the VR chat world that I brought you into with the movies and stuff, where we watched Odd Taxi. And as I was watching Spy Family with him, we talked about Lupin the Third, and we all know Ollie likes Lupin the Third, and I like Lupin the Third. So, it led to like, oh yeah, that's the anime that got me working on Keeping Up with Thursday, yada yada. We talked about that. So I went to the little menu screen, and I typed on Lupin the Third, and they have the subs, the dubs, and the movies. So it's like, I can watch the show that he introduced me to, which is cool. They got the Japanese dub of Spy Family, the American dub of Spy Family, and then they got all the Lupin stuff. Like, maybe not all of them, but like it's like the movies, season 1, season 4, and the current fifth one, part 5 would be the current one, because the 6th one just came out. It's still brand new, so it's got like at least 85% of the series. So I was thinking like, hey, you know what, we have a movie night, or not like a movie night per se, but like we can go there and just kind of binge on anime, and like check it out.
Perhaps. I don't watch a lot of anime, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm the kind of guy. I feel like my mother in a lot of those situations, and what I mean by that is if she just takes bullshit that she doesn't understand in stride,
I'll get there as soon as I can.
And that's kind of me when it comes to anime.
Other than that, it was pretty solid. Like we had a ton of fun, and then I watched with Ollie, and Hot Shots was genuinely funny. Like, they just don't make comedies like that anymore. Like, it's funny. Like, too bad nobody showed up, because even I was a little down. I was like, oh man, everybody would have a laugh right with this one. But right now I'm on GTA. Excuse me.
I might join you in a bit. Also, bless you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to play something else for a little.
It's fine. I'm just gonna work on filling up the warehouse and then selling selling it. Thank you.
I'm tempted to. Part of me is tempted to go back to Valentine. That was where the guy was, and see if I go back, will he try and do anything again?
Hey, if you want to, go for it.
It's like it's so fun. I spawned in. The first town I get to is Valentine because that's where I am, and there's a shootout. And of course, I'm hoping, oh, maybe if I just mind my own business, these guys won't bother me. I need to remember that people who mind themselves still get shot.
Yep. I know that from experience.
I wouldn't be surprised if I feel like these same players would be the kind of guys to shoot a mother and with a baby just because.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a thing. Like you're walking around and there's actually pregnant women in this game.
Wouldn't they get in trouble for that?
I think
having pregnant women, people going around killing them.
Rockstar, yeah, that probably would not go over well, but I think that would make people think twice, I'm not saying that they should, but I'm just imagining, would these same players still shoot at a woman who's pregnant, If they're so ready to shoot up a whole town,
Probably. Wouldn't put it past them.
They're like... well, it's a game... I always thought about, why do people get so mad whenever... I think we talked about it yesterday. Why do people get so mad when people destroy their cargo,
I mean...
I told myself it's because it wastes time.
The game is built around competitiveness. It's like you gotta... They force you to do it in a group of public players that are just fucking kill heavy. They're fucking obsessed with an itchy trigger finger. And I imagine Rockstar's whole shtick would have been like, hey, well, if we put it on private lobbies, what would be the point? Then everybody would get money. The unhappy players would hold on. The unhappy players would have to be forced into buying shark cards and shit.
Because they can't bother to actually earn money. It's like, I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot of money and a lot of gold in this game to the point where it's like, do I even need it at this point?
I mean, I'd be fucking mad if people destroyed my cargo, because it's like...
Hey boss, I guess that one's not going in the warehouse. Log back onto SecuroServe here at the office if you
Oh,
want to
because
try
I killed the
one.
driver, I wasn't supposed to kill the driver for this one? Yeah, well, I wonder if I can take it to the... Can I just sell it then? Yeah, apparently I wasn't paying much attention. I didn't think I actually had to kill them. I mean, I didn't have to let them live. I thought it was just kill the guy and take the car.
Part of me wonders if part of the reason why people are so much more angry in this game now is just simply because we've all just come to accept that Rockstar's not going to do anything about it.
It's like there's far too many people that have no idea what's going on in the internet, like the critics' reviews or people's opinions, and then you got just the people that do go on the internet to voice their complaints. It's like there's more people playing it on just, hey, I like a game that lets me do whatever, versus the online critics who, the more, I kind of want to say, like, more intelligent gamers, or at least the ones that are more socially aware of what's going on with, like, Rockstar and the news and all that.
I'm in that boat. The thing is, I just still enjoy playing it every now and then.
Like, I'd go to Reddit if there was something to do.
I mostly go there just to take it easy,
Yeah.
In fact, it and GTA, I don't really feel an explicit need to make money in anymore.
Kind of GTA's new updates kind of gave me a reason to go on, so it'd be like, I can, in between commissions, I can just plop on GTA, resell my cargo, or restock my cargo, build it up, and then wait for the day we go on to just chat and chill and just have you guys help me out so I can make the money. Like, now I kind of have a bit of an excuse. There's nothing to really buy, so it's like, you know, and I'll join the 30 mil club with you and Ollie, and then I'll call it there. It's like, I mean, I don't need like the Avengers or anything. Avengers, Chopper. It's nice to be able to at least fucking. I guess you can see it from one perspective, is that it's now that the private cell lobbies are a thing, we can kind of see missions that were locked before, you know, like stuff we didn't normally do or couldn't do because of the griefers and shit. Now we can kind of come back and like see what we were missing out on, what kind of stuff we could have done, like if we, you know, went a different way or something like that, if that makes sense. It's like stuff we didn't normally do, like the one with the little ramp cars. That one was kind of fun. Unfortunately, it's the way this is set up is we got to do it 8 more times to unlock a different kind of mission. Alright, I'm gonna have to hear what my clients, or not my client, but my secretary says. There's Ollie.
What's cooking? Let me know.
Alright, deliver the Tyrus. No killing people. Finished one commission and moving directly towards the next one. I'll probably do some wrestling stuff with Cryptic, and then yeah, I'll be around if you guys want to do whatever, like once the wrestling stuff is done.
Hey boss, I guess that one's not going in the warehouse. Log back on.
Wait, what?
I'm just gonna have my...
Did it literally just say sail over? Again? Okay, something's bugged.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound right.
You know how when we walked out of the building, the fucking car exploded or whatever, it said mission over? I had a similar thing just now. So, apparently I messed up the first mission. I wasn't supposed to kill the driver. So, I just put the car away and started over. The moment I walk out, I get a call from the secretary. She's like, yeah, sorry, boss. No can do. Can't get this car. I'm like, what happened? Did it explode? It didn't spawn? What? Huh?